Alright, welcome back to the third episode from the Nooch, where we're going to show you how to make bacon wrapped, cream cheese filled shrimp. And just to show you how easy it is to make, we're going to cook it 3 different ways: on the barbecue, in the toaster oven, and in the oven. And if this isn't a crowd pleaser and doesn't impress all of your friends, you need to get new friends, because it's bacon, shrimp, cream cheese. Come on. Alright, so the ingredients for the shrimp here is actually very simple. You need some prawns, preferably uncooked, and I would have liked some fresh ones. These were previously frozen, and so I've just been thawing them out. But definitely shelled and deveined. You need some cream cheese, and I usually use herb and garlic, but today I thought I would go crazy and try some jalapeno cheddar. And you'll notice I got like the whipped kind, so it's a little easier to spread. And the last thing that you're gonna need is some bacon. And I prefer this stuff from Costco that's pre-cooked bacon, because then I don't have to half cook it in the frying pan. That makes a bit of a mess and it's kind of gross, and so it's just so much easier to put this on and you're good to go. So we're just gonna get some of the supplies ready here and I'll show you the assembly. Alright, so I think we have everything set up here. We have our bacon, and the Costco bacon I really like because it's very big pieces, nice and thick, so we've actually cut them in half. Unfortunately our prawns, like I said, they were previously frozen, and so they're a little bit small on the small side. It's way better if you can get the prawns fresh and bigger. But because we had kind of smaller prawns, we've had to cut our bacon down. Quite simply, all you have to do is you take a little bit of the cream cheese spread, and you're going to butter your piece of bacon. Excuse me. You're going to butter your piece of bacon, and you're going to take your shrimp and you're going to wrap it all up and stick a toothpick through it. Again, since these are pretty small shrimp, we could maybe look at halving the toothpicks. But yeah, and we're going to put them kind of on our cooking surface here, and you'll go through. I think it's a little bit better if you can kind of develop a system where you maybe have somebody buttering all the bacon, and you have someone wrapping all the shrimp, and then another person taking them to go. But if you're going to do it all by yourself, it's good to sort of set up, do one task at a time here. So we're just going to butter a whole bunch of these bacons and go from there. So, as you can see, we have a little bit of an assembly line going on here. We got the bacon being buttered, we got the shrimp being wrapped, and it makes things go a little bit faster, which is good. The hardest part about this meal here is that it's so messy and there's so many little different pieces to put together. So again, if you have those, like, the bigger your prawns, the bigger your bacon, the less of these you have to wrap up, which is kind of nice. And people are asking, like, well, what do you serve with this? Is this like a side or a main? And no, this is the meal. It's bacon, it's cream cheese. If you end up making other things with this, your guests are gonna be like, I just want that shrimp, it's so delicious. And for those of you that are on a reduced sugar diet, it's also sugar-free, gluten-free, and with this cream cheese jalapeno stuff here, it actually has vegetables in it, so that's kind of good too. Okay, so we're going to just finish wrapping these up, and then we're going to cook them up if the dog doesn't get any of them here. Okay. Hey. Alright, so we're outside here with the barbecue, and we're just going to throw them on the grill here. And as you can see, not everyone in my family agreed that this is the only part of the meal, so I'm cooking a small piece of fish for my wife, and I'll get the lion's share of the bacon, I suppose. So you're just going to grab these guys and very haphazardly just lay them out on the barbecue. You're going to want to kind of come out here and flip them once, and they do not take very long to cook at all. They just need to be, the shrimp cook quite fast. You don't need to put any oil or grease because you got the bacon wrapped around it. But yeah, you're gonna want to come out here and flip it one time throughout the process. And basically, since the bacon is already pre-cooked, we don't have to worry about that. All we have to do is make sure the shrimp turn pink, and then you know the shrimp are cooked and they're ready to eat. The one thing you want to kind of watch is flare-ups, because you got a lot of fat on the bacon, and once it tends to drip down, it starts to burn and stuff like that. So you want to be careful that you don't burn your shrimp. So we're just gonna set those. We'll put a couple more on here, and we'll set these on. And this will be good for the barbecue. And then we're gonna put the rest in the oven, in the toaster oven, and see how those turn out comparatively. But it doesn't matter what you have for cooking, you just gotta heat these things up and they're gonna be great. So now that we have some of the shrimp out on the barbecue here, we have our toaster oven and we have our regular oven. I heated both of them up to 425, and we're just gonna take a few and we're just gonna pop them in the toaster oven here. Again, we're gonna have to flip them at some point through there. I'll just put a few in here, and I'm just gonna put the rest of them in the oven. And again, what we're looking for, I don't really have a time per se, but what we're looking for is we're looking for the shrimp to turn pink. So I believe we're gonna, halfway through here, when they start looking cooked, we're going to flip them, and we'll do a taste test after to see which one is the best. I'm thinking it's gonna be the barbecue. Okay, so we're back outside of the barbecue here, and as you can see, those shrimp are starting to look really good. The cheese is oozing out all over the place. So it's probably about time to flip them right about now. And you definitely don't want to use your hands, trust me on that one. Been there, done that. Just gonna take them and really carefully flip them over. So you're gonna want to go through, get them all flipped up so things don't flare up on you, and get both sides of the bacon cooked nice and evenly. Okay, so a little bit of a rookie mistake here in that probably should have put something underneath these guys in the toaster oven because they're getting a little drippy. So I might be moving them out of the toaster oven, and these guys in the oven right now are looking mighty fine. They're probably ready to come out and get flipped, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so there you have it. These are the shrimp from the barbecue here, all done up, and as you can see, they look delicious. And here is one out of the oven that came out. It still has a pretty good char on it. All that's left is to see which one tastes better. And of course, the ones in the toaster oven, we had to abort them and throw them out on the barbecue because they were dripping and they were going to start a fire. That was my bad. I probably should have put them on something to catch all the cheese and the grease that fell down. I'm going to try this out here. I have one from the oven. One from the barbecue. There's no winner. They're both delicious. That's from the Nooch for this time. We'll catch you later.